Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Comes Naturally. As usual, we just ask you to do a couple things for us. One, go to our Facebook page and like us. Two, go to our Twitter page and follow us. Our Twitter handle is
Comes Natural Pod.
And three, go to iTunes, rate us, subscribe to us, and review us. Cody?
Boom! Welcome to Comes Naturally. We are
Joe.
I am Cody. No Mike today, so he can go fuck himself. We are hanging out. We're going to start the show like we have normally. We're going to go into Mike's Wrestling Minute. Obviously, Mike's not here.
Mm-hmm.
So I will do it. I found an interesting story today, Joe.
What is it, Cody?
The headline reads, Billy Corgan makes case to take over TNA.
What?
So, for the uninitiated who don't follow wrestling but would like to know, like, wait,
Right?
Billy Corgan, is that weird guy from Smashing Pumpkins? Yes, it is. So the former lead singer / current lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins is one of the many co-owners, I think there's like 6 of them, that own TNA, which is based out of Nashville, Tennessee. And, according to this, he is suing TNA for control of the company.
Wow.
So without reading this whole thing, I'm going to break it down for you. Billy Corgan believes, with his lawyers, as it says, that the company TNA is insolvent, which means they cannot pay back their bills. They're in debt. And the way this reads, it sounds like they're drastically in debt.
Sounds like they're drastically in debt, right?
Not getting better. And because of this, if they do, there's a clause that lets him gain control of TNA's operations.
Wow.
So I don't know how that happened. That's some
First,
some
that's
lawyer,
a hell of a clause.
Yeah, that's one weird ass clause. The firm that owns them, that owns the TNA big thing, like basically the majority of them, says that they're not insolvent and they actually have offers to be purchased by other companies, which would mean they're not insolvent. That means they're actually solvent and they would be able to do that to save their company, even though it would go to the hands of somebody else. So, yeah. Pretty interesting.
But going through the article, like you said, it sounds like they are insolvent. I mean, when you have to pay off some of your debtors by making them shareholders or partners, that pretty much tells me that you don't have the money in order to pay them off. This is your way of paying them off.
Exactly.
You know? So, yeah, it sounds like he does actually have a case there, in which case it would be interesting to see what he would do with the company.
Yeah.
You know, would it actually be something that would be profitable in the future? Could it be something that could go up? Could there ever be really more than one giant wrestling? I mean, there have been in the past.
I mean,
but at the end of the day, it usually ends up being one company that is the big wrestling company.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I mean, as of right now, there's WWE, there's WCW, which is part of WWE, and I don't even know if they're actually still a thing by itself.
I haven't heard of them.
And then of course there's TNA, Total Nonstop Action, I think is what it actually stands for. Which is, I don't know why they don't have wrestling in the name, but TNW doesn't sound as good, I guess. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure that's what it stands for, is Total Nonstop Action, if I remember correctly.
If we had a person here that actually was into
Mike
wrestling,
someone text
this.
Mike.
He's probably at work. He hasn't answered a text all day today.
He's a fucking prick.
Right? We actually had to decide where we're going to eat ourselves.
On our own. Dear Mike.
Go fuck yourself.
What does TNA... I'm going to put that in parentheses, the wrestling company.
Because I can see that going badly.
Yep. Wrestling company stand for...
Send it with the slam.
Ah, damn it. I hit enter.
Didn't?
No.
Damn it.
Fucking Christ, that would have been perfect.
Right?
I'm going to resend it. Copy, paste, Almost hit the wrong button again. Fucking balls, Cody. Catching your tiredness today.
You're welcome. I don't know.
No, not good. Boom, there we go.
We did skip the coffee today.
Fuck, I had gift cards too. We should have used that.
I thought we would.
Yeah, but then just traffic and bullshit.
Oh god, traffic was awful today.
All day. All of you fucks are awful.
Crossing lanes when you shouldn't cross
lanes. I just got 12 messages from you guys at once. That's what he wrote back just right now.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
He literally got, yeah, so he probably got all that stuff from 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. There you go. You got all the 12 messages that started at, I was right, total nonstop action. Oh, I'm so fucking good.
Nice.
Mike can't record today, by the way.
Yeah.
We are recording now. Say hello. Yes, Taj, I know you got Dear Mike. What does TNA, the wrestling company, stand for? I said it twice. Once with the slam. Pay attention.
Right.
What a fucking moron. So yeah, that's Mike's Wrestling Minute, brought to you by Mike, who's not here.
Nope.
Mike says, "Hey, podcast." No response yet. You'll have to wait till Friday, because that's when this goes up. Get it? Because we record on Wednesdays and you fucks hear it on Fridays and that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He is Charles in charge. Oh no, he's with this Tom Hanks shit all of a sudden. Like there's like thousands of Tom Hanks ones. So it's like the one from Big where he blows the snot thing on his buddy. Yeah,
silly string.
That's funny. I thought it was Charles in charge for a second.
Yeah, you did.
Then I opened it up and saw what it was, and it's not, because it came up in the little window first.
That's fucking hilarious.
That's pretty. He loves these Tom fucking Hanks memes and fucking.
Who doesn't
shit.
love Tom Hanks?
That's true. By the way, did you see the Tom Hanks Saturday Night Live thing?
Oh yeah, where he did the Jeopardy.
No, he did a new Halloween thing.
Oh, I didn't see the Halloween thing. I
haven't watched it yet. It says everyone's saying it's a new or holiday classic.
Oh no, I saw the Jeopardy one, which was fucking hilarious.
Dirty Jeopardy. So since this is the last episode of the month of October,
yeah, it is.
Sleepy Joe,
he's
gonna start us off with mystery horror movie talk.
My mystery horror movie for this week was Troll Hunter.
Yeah, Troll Hunter.
It looked like an interesting film because again, this week I just sat there and Googled horror movies on Netflix, and initially I wanted to watch this movie called Below that came out in 2002, I think it was, directed by the same dude who did Riddick, and written partially by Darren Aronofsky. Had some pretty good stars in it. I was like, this thing is gonna be fucked up and awesome. Takes place in World War II on a submarine that's supposedly haunted. I'm like, I'm so far into this thing. And it's on Netflix, and I searched for it on Netflix. It's not on Netflix. You have to order it on the DVD through Netflix. And I was like, go fuck yourself, this fucking list. So another one that I kept seeing this whole month that I finally decided to try was Troll Hunter. It didn't look like that scary of a movie, and it honestly, it's not. It's more of a monster hunter movie. But it is a pretty fun premise, and the basic idea is that it's a found footage documentary style film where these three college students go out. What? Mm-hmm. Oh, you're agreeing. I thought you were disagreeing with me. Oh. Okay. I missed the last part there. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So it's these.
My shoes falling off.
Thanks for kicking me.
You're welcome.
So these three college students go out and they're trying to get an interview with this guy who people say are out poaching bears. And apparently in Norway, it's illegal to hunt bears without a license there. It may be here in the United States as well. I don't know. I don't really follow that type of stuff. As they get to their first scene, they're noticing like a bunch of weird things around it, like the bear prints don't make sense, and how the bear looks like somebody literally just pulled up in a truck and then threw it out the side. It's fucking hilarious. They finally catch up with the guy that is supposedly hunting these bears and poaching them. Which, by the way, if you're gonna poach a bear, why would you leave the whole carcass behind? Like, didn't make sense either. Turns out, and this dude just comes out and says it, and he's like, "Nah, I hunt trolls." And they're like,
he really does, dude.
What? They're like, they start making fun of him because they've been following him for a while, and he's been going out in the woods, and something weird happens. They can't capture it on film. And then the next day around that area, a bear shows up. Well, it turns out, like I said, this dude hunts trolls. And what then happens is where he kills these trolls, I forgot what it was, like the Norwegian Department of Environmental Department or something like that will show up, and they essentially drop off a dead bear and make it like a bunch of weird footprints and whatnot all over to mask the fact that there was a troll was there. That's the short of it, and it's more of a funny movie than I thought it would be. The kids follow the hunter even more. They actually film more of his stuff, and what he's trying to do is, apparently in Norway, obviously nobody knows that these trolls exist except for this agency, and they try and keep the trolls to their respective locations. But there's something going on that's causing them to break out. And by the end of it, they're matched up with this mountain troll, which is this ginormous troll that the troll hunter has to fight off with his freaking UV lights that he has attached to his truck. And you find out that the trolls have rabies, and that's why they've been going crazy. That's why they've been leaving their areas, killing random stuff, knocking down trees and whatnot. And that was pretty much it. The filmmakers get caught by the environmental people, and as the film rolls out, it basically states that the filmmakers were never seen again. And that was basically it. It was a fun movie. The CG was better than what I thought it would be. It wasn't great by any stretch of the imagination, but it was fun. They played into a lot of the tropes of trolls. I started laughing my ass off at one scene. I can't remember the specific troll they were going after. It was like the rhino something or other. It's a bridge troll.
Yep.
And in order to get it out, because that's where they wanted to get the initial blood sample from, the dude puts a goat on top of the bridge. And the goat's just sitting there bawling away, but the troll's not coming after it. So he puts another goat on top of the bridge. Same thing, same result. Third goat on top of the bridge, and I'm sitting there, so you have the 3 billy goats gruff?
Yep. Yep. Oh, yeah.
It was fucking hilarious. And then that troll in particular, because the way trolls die, you hit them with UV light, and I thought it was cool that they explained why they're allergic to sunlight. Yep. It's not like some magical thing. It's literally that their bodies can't metabolize vitamin D very well or at all. So some of them turn to stone, or they're calcified. Others blow up, and it was just gory when that thing blew up in that scene right there. And then there was another one where it just turned to stone, and the dude has to knock down the stone troll, and then he uses a jackhammer to break it up. It's fucking hilarious. Let's see what else. There were other things that they said that are more well-known troll things. I can't think of them right now. But all in all, it was a good movie. I would say so. Yeah, it's worth a watch on Netflix.
For sure, it's a fun movie.
Oh, except unless you don't like subtitles. It's totally subtitled.
Yes, it is. It's in Finnish.
Yeah, but I'm usually one that doesn't really like subtitles, but it's actually pretty, I don't know, their language is so long that I literally read the whole thing and they're still going with their sentence, and I'm like, okay, well that's cool. I can actually at least enjoy the scene and read what's going on. So if you're dead set against subtitles, don't watch it, but otherwise it's actually a really good movie. Cody?
All right. So I watched 3 movies.
Of course you did.
Because it's what I do. I've seen all 3 of these. One of them I haven't seen this version of.
Okay.
So I watched Rob Zombie's new movie 31,
Mm-hmm.
which I had seen before. I watched Tucker and Dale vs. Evil,
Mm-hmm.
which is hilarious. And then I watched the director's cut of Nightbreed.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Mm.
So Clive Barker. So history of how this of what Nightbreed is. So Nightbreed is a movie directed by Clive Barker based on his book Cabal.
Mm.
It is about monsters who live in a mythical city that's underground that only they live in. They'll kill anybody who's not there and they'll eat you. The whole idea is the monsters in this world also cannot go in the sunlight. It kills them. It turns them into a different form. I can't remember what exactly it was, but so they live underground during the day and then they'll venture out a little bit at night. So they mask this city as a mass graveyard. So who the fuck's gonna go to a mass graveyard at night? Nobody. And if you do, you deserve getting eaten by monsters.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
Reasonable.
So it's been a while since I've seen the original, the cult classic. It's funny because it's from 1990.
It's still a cult classic.
It's a cult classic for sure, but it's just on that cusp of like it's the 80s style. I mean, it's 1990, so it's not that far off, but it's like total 80s style. Like it has prosthetic makeup and CG and like the hand painted backgrounds and shit like that. So it's pretty dope. So basically, the history of this, the director's cut is this. So when the movie was getting ready to be released, the studio that had it basically fired. It was 20th Century Fox. Fired Clive Barker, and then recut it to their liking because they thought it was just too much. They originally thought all of it was lost. Then someone found an actual VHS copy of the 159-minute version that he made.
Damn.
Yeah. Do the math real quick, kids. That right there is 2 hours and 39 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So really fucking long. The original runtime was 102 minutes of the edited version. So not even 2 hours. The director's cut isn't as long as the lost footage cut, and it's only it's 2 hours and 4 minutes, so not nearly as long. But if I remember correctly, the original has a really big gap in storytelling where they just like decided to cut out this middle chunk, and that's back in the film, which helped tell the story a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But the cool thing about this movie is it's very iconic in the look. So whole premise of this movie, if you guys don't know, is this dude, he's basically a regular guy. His name is Aaron Boone. He has these dreams, and when he has these dreams, he basically decided to turn them into like a story. And all of a sudden, these 6 families show 5 families, 6 families, something like that, are murdered in the exact same way that happened in his books. And he has blanks in his memory where he can't remember what's happening. So they assume, due to his psychiatrist / agent, I guess you could say, but the guy is supposed to help him, told the police. They told him that he needs to go to the police and tell him that they basically admit to what he's done. That he can't remember, but he does know that it was him. Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert: it turns out to be his psychiatrist that's actually the killer. And he is ruthless. He wears a trench coat, uses knives. His name is Decker. The one family you see him murder, he butchers the mom. Sees a little kid upstairs. The little kid just paralyzed with fear. Walks past him, goes in, murders the dad, then walks upstairs and murders the kid. So, he says, "Hey, Boone, to help you with these, I'm going to give you these lithium pills to help you not be crazy, and then you can turn yourself in." Well, he has a psychotic episode and decides to kill himself, so he jumps in front of a truck. Well, the truck doesn't kill him. It's a failed suicide attempt. He wakes up in the hospital, meets this guy, says, "Hey," he's praying to Midian, which is the monster city. Mm-hmm. He says, "What do you know about Midian?" And the guy, the patient says, "I know it's a city of monsters, and I want to go there. I'm trying to prove that I'm worthy." And he slides on these little metal thumb cuffs that have blades on them. And he says, to prove it, I'm gonna show when I do. And he decides to cut his face, like he's gonna pull his face off. So it's cool in the movie because you see him cut into, and he digs underneath, and he starts ripping off his face. Ugh. So Boone, who's just out of a drug-induced stupor, is like, "Oh, fuck this." He backs out of the room and sees a bunch of the doctors and police and say, "This dude's trying to kill himself. Like, go save him." And then he sees Decker and he goes, boom, and he bounces. And so he runs off. He escapes, goes to what he thinks is going to be Midian, which is a big graveyard in the city because this dude tells him where it's at. He shows up, gets confronted by a couple of the monsters. He gets chased out because he gets bit by one of them. He gets chased out. He goes out, and then the police show up, and they plug him full of holes. Bah, 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 shoot his ass. But basically, times the police show up with Decker, and Decker goes up to him and says, to the cops, "I'm going to handle this. I'm going to bring him down." So he goes up to him, and he admits to him that he's the one that's doing the murders. And then back to it, he goes, "He's got a gun," and dives out of the way, and the police plug him full of holes. Bah, 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 bah. So his girlfriend, who's a rock star, is distraught, finds out, she identifies the body. They go in the other room to talk about it. They hear this noise. They go back, and the body's gone. They're like, "Someone stole the body. This is crazy." So they're like, "We don't know what to do." So the girlfriend decides she's going to go out, and she's going to find where he might have been. So she knows that he was raving about this Midian place. Goes up, meets this broad who has this weird connection. They're somehow friends. She's like, "Hey, I'm going to go with you to find Midian tomorrow. But first, I'm going to stay in this bar and try to get some dick." That's basically what she tells her. She's like, "I'm going to try to find someone to lay pipe with." Mm-hmm. So she sees this guy buys her a drink, and she goes, "All right, the night is on." Next morning, the friend's hungover. The girlfriend shows up, says, "Hey, you still want to go with me?" He's like, "No, I'll go with you." So they drive out there. And she's like, "I'm going to go in." She's like, "Well, you have fun. I'm not going to that creepy place." So she goes in. The friend's outside. The girlfriend runs into sees this weird little cat thing that seems like it's dying. So then she hears this voice says, save my daughter." And so she looks over, and this woman's like back in this mausoleum, like peeking through. She's like, "She can't be in the sun. Help her. She picks her up, and she's like, "What the fuck? Why is your kid a cat, right? This weird cat thing." Mm-hmm. Brings her in, gives it to her. This other voice says, "You're not supposed to be here." And she's like, "Well, I was looking for my boyfriend. I know he's here. He has to show him to me." And then the little cat thing turns into a little girl, which is super creepy. And they tell her, like, "We're monsters. You're not supposed to be here, blah, blah, blah." She just forces her way in. She sees Boone alive. Some shit goes down. She gets chased out. When she goes out there, she goes to find her friend. And while she was gone, Decker shows up, and he happens to be the guy that gave her the dick the night before. Murdered her. She's like stabbed, like she's like crucified on a tree with knives. Damn. He comes after her. She runs back into the graveyard, and then like shit just goes down, and like the Decker brings the police back. and there's a big old fight between the police and the monsters, and the monsters are winning, but they're also not winning because they're dying. And then because there's too many humans there, their god, which is this weird statue thing that's like part cloth, part stone, is really hard to explain. Basically tells Boone or Cabal that he needs to fix this. He needs to find a new place for them to live, and he has to protect them. So he hasn't. When he transforms, his like he goes like normal, and then he has these like runes like show up on his skin, and he gets all strong and crazy. It's pretty fun. But yeah, so Monster Squad. Monster Squad. It's in that realm of Monster Squad. So Nightbreed director's cut. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it. It's pretty fun. It's not bad. The special effects, it's all makeup, and some of the special effects are like early CG and stop motion.
Oh, okay. So
and puppetry and stuff. So it's not
great stuff.
Not great, but it's good for the time frame. And also, it was made for like $11 million back in the day. So
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's I want to go back and watch the original. But it's been so long since I probably forgot a lot of stuff from the original.
Don't worry. It sounds like the original forgot a lot of stuff too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah, fun times. That brings us to the end of our mystery horror movie talk.
Yep.
Thanks, guys, for a fun October in our events. But we saw some time to kill, so we're going to go over some news and shit.
Lay it on them.
So the first one I want to bring up, which I thought was super dope and finally fucking was officially announced, that they have casted young Lando Calrissian for the Han Solo movie.
And it's somebody that is pretty much the only one that
should have been considered
at all. Like, if they actually, auditioned other people, it's like, come on, guys. What? You're wasting your time.
Yeah.
And who is it?
Donald Glover, a.k.a. Charles Gambino.
Mm-hmm.
A.k.a. the guy who writes for 30 Rock. Or Troy from Community.
Yep.
Troy and Abbott in the morning. So yeah, Donald Glover is going to be Danny Glover. Too old for this shit. Donald Glover.
Yeah, you are.
Is going to play young Lando Calrissian. Opposite something Eldridge. Can't remember the guy's name. Who was playing Han Solo.
Mm-hmm.
And the same guy who played was in the suit for Chewbacca. And majority of The Force Awakens is reprising the role as a younger Chewbacca. So only he's at this time he's only like 400 and something years old instead of like close to 500 years old.
Right, so not very young.
Yeah, younger. He would be playing Chewbacca in the Solo movie. So it'll be interesting to see we don't know anything about the Han Solo movie just yet. The fact that it doesn't seem to be a Solo movie, but it's about Han Solo. It has nothing to do with the Skywalkers. It is.
It's more about his origin as
a bounty hunter or a smuggler.
Smuggler, yeah.
So it'll be interesting. We'll get to see classic Millennium Falcon again. So round dish instead of square dish, as everyone complains. Go fuck yourselves.
Maybe we'll learn a bit more about how we acquired it.
Yep. So that's a pretty fun little bit of news.
Now, when is that? So this year, obviously, we have Rogue
2018.
Because next year we have the
Episode 8. Which we still don't have a name for.
Right. Okay.
Which we're supposed to see a teaser trailer for in front of Rogue One, by the way. That was slipped out.
Okay. I'm all for that.
Yeah. I mean, they're done with principal shooting for that, so.
So they just got shit ton of CG
to
do.
Shit ton of CG to do. I mean, make a planet that shoots other planets out of the sky, that sort of thing. So yeah, but speaking of Rogue One, since we didn't really talk about this month at all, the supposed final trailer or trailer number 3 came out. This one is again another story trailer. So trailer 2 and trailer 3 were story trailers. First story trailer told us a little bit about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
The Jinn was being sent to discover the plans for the secret weapon, which you find is the Death Star, that's being built. In the second story trailer, trailer 3, we find out why they selected her for more than just the fact that she's a thief and a burglar and I think an identity theft person. Her father is the lead scientist in the development of said Death Star. So she is tied to it even more so because of her papa.
I did not know that. I haven't seen the third trailer yet.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
Please leave my house.
Okay.
After we're done recording.
Okay.
You let me finish. I can't have even seen it.
I always let you finish.
Yeah, you do. I was going to say in the butt, but that's gross.
That is gross.
I've been saying a lot lately for things that people say, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, in the butt. I'm going to clean the back house in my butt. So it's dumb.
Yes, it is.
I don't know why I've been saying it lately. So, I mean, like Joe, if you haven't seen this yet, you're doing yourself a disservice. Because, oh my God, it is gorgeous.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
And there's so many questions I have about it. So if you remember the second trailer, the longer one, not the featurette, there's a sizzle reel they showed from Comic-Con. There was the teaser trailer that showed you a bunch of the characters. And like that one, the iconic one was they're running and there's the AT-ATs.
Yeah.
And there's blasts coming down. Super dope, right? The second one shows you more of the characters in their like environments.
Mm-hmm.
And then shooting guys got the rocket launcher and blah, blah, blah. She's stealing the case. You get to see Alan Tudyk's character for the first time. The third trailer shows even more of it. Shows that she's imprisoned and they actually break her out.
Okay.
Which is pretty dope. It shows a giant Jedi statue knocked over and broken in the sand.
Okay.
They show more Vader actually walking, which is pretty dope. And looks like he's questioning Krennic, who's the supposedly bad guy in this movie. And then the one thing that I have yet to see anyone bring up, and I don't know why, because it's pretty, to me, it's pretty fucking, I have questions about it. So there's a part in it where it's a space battle, and there's X-Wings and like TIE fighters and stuff, and they're fighting outside of what looks like a space station.
Okay.
That's not the Death Star. It looks like a ring. And it's very Empire-ish because it has the turbo cannon towers, but when one of the TIE fighters or an X-Wing, I can't remember which one it is, crashes into this crossbeam. It's literally a ring. It's roundish. And you only see the edge of it. And it's got these cross things. Like, I don't know if it's what they used around the Death Star to build it, other than building on top of it. But they talk about weapon testing. And I wonder if it is the test weapon for the laser on the Death Star. Because the Death Star never fires until A New Hope.
Mm-hmm.
When it blows up Coruscant. So I want to know if that is a test firing mechanism.
So that could be the weapon. It's just the test weapon. They obviously haven't built the whole station yet.
Yep, because in the second trailer, you see them lowering the dish, which is the main weapon, into the almost completed Death Star.
Yeah.
And then
that could literally be how the movie ends.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, with this, there's also a scene in it where it looks like something's shooting into the ground and the ground's erupting.
Yeah.
So I have questions, but my questions are this. Can I see it now? I will pay double, and I will bring friends who will pay double.
Yeah. I'd be willing to play double.
That is out there. And want to see it nowish. Obviously, this is being pre-recorded, so as soon as this hits Friday, I'm willing to pay you double.
Yep.
As long as at least two of my friends, and I guarantee that'll be more.
Willing to sign NDAs.
I will not talk about it until it comes out. I just want to have seen it, and then hold it over people's heads that I have seen it.
Yep.
And maybe spoil it directly to them because I'm an asshole.
Yep.
And that's what I do.
That is exactly
really,
what
though,
you
if you think about it, Rogue One can't really have too many surprises in it.
It can.
I mean, the characters are obviously all new and we've never seen them before, which means they're probably not all alive. But what I'm saying is that it's not like you're going to come out and be like, it's Luke's father. It's like, well, we kind of knew that already, but in the time frame we didn't, but I mean, we knew it going in. So I don't know. What I'm saying is I want to watch it now. I want to watch it now, and I want to watch Doctor Strange now.
We could find out.
And I want to watch
Rey's
Fantastic
parents
Beasts
are.
now. We could. So that's the other big thing too is Mark Hamill, aka Luke fucking Skywalker. That's his middle name's fucking. It's not used in the movie because it's vulgar.
Yeah.
His ass came out, I want to say right before the digital release came out of Force Awakens, and said in an interview, and he said, quote him, we have yet to meet Rey's parents.
Mm-hmm.
Which means he is not her father, but that does not mean Jen Orso is not her mother, but it also does not mean that Luke is not her grandfather. I'm just saying, she's only like 19 in The Force Awakens, so babies having babies. Yeah. I'm just saying, Luke gets it on with somebody, they have a kiddo, that kiddo then gets it on with somebody, has another kiddo, boom, you have Rey. I'm just saying, she's got some crazy link to the Skywalkers, and it could be because she's a second-generation fuck baby.
Could be.
I'm just saying. I really hope it turns out that she's not the reincarnation of Anakin Skywalker.
Oh my God, that'd be
because that's fucking retarded.
Is that possible in the series? Like even in the extended universe that has been?
Yeah, technically, but I just don't like the fact. I don't like that. I don't like the theory because it's dumb.
It is really dumb.
But it also could. She also could be a midichlorian baby, like Anakin, because he technically doesn't have a father. Which we learned later on that he was made by using the Force to make someone pregnant, and that's why he was so powerful. That's why his lineage is so powerful. But we also believe that Snook is the one that did that originally in whatever form he was, who was Palpatine's mentor, because he had the ability to do that. Because that's what we found out in Episode 3. So I'm just saying. But yeah, boom. What we're trying to say is Lando Calrissian is Donald Glover, and he's gonna be amazing.
Yep.
Plus, hope he rocks a mustache because I'll be hilarious.
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
Hilarious. Other big news. Let's see. Doctor Strange is a little over a week away. 9 days now as recording.
Yep.
And then by the time you hear this, it'll be 7 days. Or if you hear this after that, we're saying is the Friday this comes out, it's a week from then. It looks amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Movie news. Well, video game news. There's a bunch of video games coming out that are going to be awesome. A lot of live-action trailers.
None of which I'll have time for.
Nope. I barely have time for them. I'm going to play a smattering of each of them so I can go right back to playing Division because, that's what I need to spend my time on.
Right. Well, you did pay for the season pass, as
it's true.
I did.
Yep. I want my money's worth.
Right.
But other movie news, trailer-wise, the trailer for Logan.
It was freaking heart-wrenching. Oh, my God.
So if you guys don't know, the last screen appearance of Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine was originally thought to be called Old Man Logan. It's not called Old Man Logan. It's called Logan. And it is Old Man Logan in some pseudo post-apocalyptic world. I'm not too sure when this falls in because, Fox's X-Men timelines are so easy to understand.
Right.
But it does have Patrick Stewart playing as his last on-screen appearance of Professor Charles Xavier, or Professor X. It has been confirmed the little girl in the trailer is X-23.
Okay.
Who is a female clone. Well, it depends on who you go by. A female clone of Wolverine. She has all of his abilities, including adamantium claws.
Yep.
She has Dose, though, versus the 3 he has.
Yep.
She is the little girl in that trailer. That's why you see her go berserk at one point in it. And if you haven't yet seen the international trailer, it is the exact trailer with one extra scene. And that extra scene is Wolverine popping his claws and going through a motherfucker's head. And the claws pop to the top.
I did see the picture, yeah.
And that guarantees you that fucking shit's rated R.
So far.
I mean, they could possibly get away with that one scene being in it and being PG-13, but the scene, like in this trailer, which is only like a minute 23, they hold on that shit for a good hot minute.
Well, I'm saying that I'm not saying that they could get away with it being PG-13 with that scene.
Cut it.
But they could cut it.
They could take into it.
Like, yeah. Like, literally just go, well, we don't really think our audiences that we're, trying to go for with this movie are going to, be able to watch this bloody thing. So let's PG it up, even PG-13 it up. Oh, they said one swear word. Okay, that's it, guys. No more.
That's all we got. We got a half a motherfucker. So Fox has come out and said that they're aiming for an R rating because of the popularity of Deadpool. Hugh Jackman came out and said it too, like, hey, we're aiming to make this. The script makes it gonna be, the visuals are gonna make it. So he has to say fuck a bunch, or somebody has to say fuck a bunch, and they can never get a PG-13 rating on it, as long as that makes it in the movie. But that one scene is gonna be a hard sell for PG-13 because it's not like out of the way. It's full. You saw the picture I sent, and I posted on their Facebook page. It is a full-on shot of a fisted, claws out uppercut to this dude's fucking face or neck, and the claws go straight up and are poking out the back of this dude's head, and it looks dope.
Yeah.
Looks so dope.
The trailer itself was absolutely, like I said, heart-wrenching. You have the Johnny Cash version of Hurt playing in the background, which flowed so well with
it was really well done
visuals. It will be interesting to see the way the story goes. I know we've talked about before the way Old Man Logan is. It features a lot of the other Marvel Universe and Marvel characters, where this is... they don't have all those characters to work with in this movie. So you don't get Hawkeye, but you get Professor X. Yep. So, I'm completely okay with that switch. I just want to know what else has
the spider happened. Buggy, it's just a truck.
And it does still seem like, at least to me, it seemed like they alluded to the fact that
all the mutants are dead.
And that Logan had some hand in that.
Yeah.
So
hand.
Yeah, or hands in that.
To get right to the points.
But it'll be interesting to see what this movie is about then.
Yes, and the fact that they can't use Hulk,
right,
to be the ultimate baddie. By the way, spoiler alert if you haven't read Old Man Logan, you're retarded. Not that kind of not like mentally retarded, you're just like stupid. And you should read it because it's amazing. But in that, the Hulks, which is a bunch of inbreeded people, because the Hulk had sex with his cousin, who's a first cousin, She-Hulk, and they had babies. A lot of them, and they're all retarded, like actually retarded. And they are Hulks, so they're big and green.
And all the time. It's not like
all the time. They don't
angry. No, they're this all the time.
It's Hulk, just Hulk. Are. It's not Bruce Banner.
Nope.
Straight up Hulk.
Yep.
And they are like this enforcers. They like extort money out of people and murder his family and pound his ass into the ground. And when he wakes up out of a bloody stupor, Hawkeye is there to say, let's end this shit. And the adventure goes on from there.
Road trip
with blind Hawkeye. Spoiler, he's blind and old.
He's good.
Yeah, he's fine. So yeah, that looks pretty dope. I was really impressed by that. It looks drastically different than the other two X-Men or any of the X-Men movies, but also drastically different than the Wolverine movies.
Yeah.
Especially Origins. Because that movie was awful. Mm-hmm. The Wolverine was a little better, but still not great. Just because they just
another movie though that they seemed like they're what did it get for rating? It was PG-13.
It was PG-13.
Yeah, but again, it looked like they were aiming for an R, and then
might have
snipped
it. Yeah, that was the time frame where like it was tough to sell a comic book movie to being rated R because of the fact that everyone thinks that comic book movies are for kids.
Yeah,
when they don't have to be at all. They shouldn't have to be. They shouldn't be a thing. Whatever, I don't know. So yeah, that'll be fun. Let's see. Other news. Incredibles release date moved up and Toy Story 4 delayed.
Yep.
So we'll get Incredibles 2 in 2018, I think it said. Oh, by the way, if you guys haven't watched Westworld yet, it's fantastic.
I have not.
It is trippy as fuck.
I'd imagine so.
Extremely violent.
Mm-hmm. As I've heard.
And really disturbing.
As I've heard as well.
So I recommend watching it.
All right.
Yeah. They announced the third Fallen movie, I guess you could say. So the sequel to the sequel of Olympus Has Fallen. So you had Olympus Has Fallen, you had London Has Fallen, now you have Angel Has Fallen. So I don't know. See, the thing about this is Olympus Has Fallen refers to the White House being breached.
Yes.
London Has Fallen is literally hitting on the head saying, hey,
we're in London.
All of London is under attack, and shit has gone south.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about south of Wales.
No.
We're just talking about south in general. shit's blowing up.
Mm-hmm.
People are dying. People in charge are dying. And the people under them are dying. And then the people under them are trying not to die. But Gerard Butler is returning as his character from the first two. And this time, according to the quick synopsis that they released, he is the intended target of the terrorist attack. So I don't know what the fuck that means. But that baby better be like 15 by the time this movie comes out. Because, I mean, why would he go back to work so soon? Is he going to be like, they attack him at his house? Because that means that's not good.
I'd imagine that they would attack him at his house.
So hopefully the lady don't die.
I'd imagine that this is going to be hopefully not Taken 2, but much like Taken 2, where now suddenly he's become the target. You know, you had the organization out there. He foiled them, you know. And foiled again. Now you have number 2 where they come after him for revenge. Except this is number 3.
And the president has to save him.
Oh.
What a twist.
What a twist.
There's a quick article I read. Didn't think about Aaron Eckhart coming back. But he could.
He could.
Yeah, not Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah, it was Aaron Eckhart.
Was it Aaron? Yeah, Aaron Eckhart, yeah.
Yeah, because it was all because I had that for a second there too. No, because I was also like
Editor Stark. That's what I was thinking too. Then it was
the vice president.
Oh, Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman. I was like, it's Morgan. Nope, he was vice president.
Yeah,
he was the president. Yeah.
He was the president in charge while said president was missing in action.
Mm-hmm. But the first movie was badass.
Yep.
Completely awesome movie. Yep. I can see where they want to make a franchise out of it. The second movie wasn't necessarily needed, but I still enjoyed it, especially some of the fucking car chase scenes. I just don't. Again, they could stop there, and I'd be perfectly fine with it. I don't see them needing to do a third one.
To pull it out and draw it further.
Yeah, otherwise we end up with Die Hard, 1, 2, 3, great movies. 4, 5, 6, slowly just like going bad. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a quick slide downward, if you know what I mean.
I just don't want them to do that with this now franchise.
Exactly. Fourth series of Sherlock.
Yeah.
Hitting smallish screens.
Yeah.
January 1st of 2017.
I know what I'm doing.
So we are literally like 2 months away from it.
New Year's Eve is literally going to be new Sherlock's Eve.
Yep.
I'm not going to be counting down the ball drop. I'm going to be counting down the hours to watch Series 4.
Yep. I'm going to be counting the foot dropping. Mm-hmm. Get it? You get it?
Yeah.
It's a foot.
Because something's a foot.
Yeah, motherfuckers. By the way, if you haven't noticed, we really dig the Sherlock show that Doctor Strange is in.
Yep.
Speaking of Doctor Strange, we got 12-ish minutes left. We're going to do a real quick what movies are coming up this holiday season.
A lot.
And I'm going to say I'm going to enjoy a lot of these.
Yeah.
Some of these, though, I'm looking at this list, I am not going to see.
Oh, yeah.
Because I will not be watching that Trolls movie.
No?
Nope.
You don't
that movie looks fucking awful. There's a bunch of buns in it. They're like weird butts. Like, why do they have troll butts in it?
Because trolls have butts.
I know, but it's for kids. Don't show butts. Anyways, first up, Louis said a little bit ago, 9 days away from watching. And by the time this goes up, 7 days away from watching. And that is Doctor Strange, Marvel's Doctor Strange, featuring said Sherlock Holmes, Benedict Cumberbatch, and what's her name? Amy Adams? Not Amy Adams. It's the other one. Doesn't matter. The other chick that's in it. Who plays the night nurse, who's not night nurse, but it doesn't matter. So that's coming out on the 4th. Boom. Also on the 4th is, I don't know what to think about this movie. It's Hacksaw Ridge, a Mel Gibson directed war flick.
It definitely looks like one of those like We Were Soldiers type movies.
Yeah, for sure.
Where it's going to be a great movie, it's probably not going to be extremely accurate to the source. But it's going to be fucking heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
And because that's all I got. It looks like it by the end of the movie, you're going to be like, oh my God, I'm emotionally exhausted right now.
It's true. And if you guys don't know what this is about, so this is about a gentleman played by Andrew Garfield, former Spider-Man actor, who refuses Desmond T. Doss is his name. He's a medic in the Army. He refuses to carry a gun of any type or any weapon on the battlefield. Mm-hmm. He says it's the job of a medic to save lives, not take lives. Mm-hmm. So, the whole premise of this movie is he wins a court case that they're trying to basically throw his ass out of the Army and put him in jail. He wins, allowing him to go into battle with said no weapons. In this whole thing is he basically shows the best valor of anybody because he literally in the middle of gunfights will pick wounded soldiers up and pulls them. Like he saved like 70 something dudes during this battle of Hacksaw Ridge during World War II with no guns. The dude just was crazy. Like in the trailers, they show like he buries one dude in soil while the soldiers come by, and then at night he runs them away.
Yep.
He's like carrying wounded dudes down this crazy rope ladder. Like, nope.
Right.
Nope. Plus, they forced me to cut my hair, but like, nah, man.
Right.
All right, so that's also November 4th. I feel bad for Hacksaw Ridge because
everybody's going to go see Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange is going to have a pretty big pull. It's getting a lot of good reviews, so it's going to hurt him too. It's not going to do bad. It's still going to do okay because there's going to be people, I'm tired of superhero movies. No, there's no superhero movie. It doesn't matter. Hacksaw Ridge, November 4th. Also November 4th, Trolls. The animation looks cool. I just don't know.
Ton of actors in it.
Yeah, I know actors.
Oh.
Justin Timberlake plays the male lead. I can't remember that other chick's name. Anna Kendrick and America Ferrera. Is that her name? She's in it too. I don't know. I don't remember. Anna Kendrick plays the other.
Yeah, it plays
the female
I knew
lead.
that one. I didn't know the.
I can't remember. I saw a thing with the stuff, and I could be wrong. America Ferrera, but I think she's in it too. So that's the same week. November 11th, the following is almost Christmas. Because you couldn't put it in December.
Apparently not.
It's got a bunch of people in it.
It's almost Christmas.
It's got let's see, who else is in this? Kimberly Ellis, Omar Epps, Danny Glover, Monique, some other people. Gabrielle Union, what's up, girl? How you doing? And Michael Higgins. So that one comes out. It's about a dysfunctional family during Christmas time. I don't know. The movie I will be seeing November 11th, the weekend of at least, Arrival, officially hits theaters. Fucking finally.
Yes.
So if you don't know about this movie, nobody did until July when we finally saw a trailer and it looked amazing. Then we waited like a month, saw another trailer where you actually saw what more of it's about. And then that shit just seemed to disappear. And then it started popping up at like festivals. People were like, it's amazing. I can't believe it's so good. So this is directed by Denis Villeneuve. I think I have that correct. It's probably not correct. Not. He's the dude that made Prisoners in Sicario. And he also has another one coming up. But it is a sci-fi thriller mystery where, I got this one right, Amy Adams plays a linguistics person, basically figures out languages and shit.
Linguist?
It's linguistics, I think is what it
that's
actually
what she does.
Yeah, that's what
she is. Yeah, a linguist.
Linguistics person, linguist. And they bring her in because this alien craft or alienish craft has shown up. Doesn't matter, they're aliens. And then another guy who's not shied away from alien stuff, at least once in his life. Jeremy Renner plays the male lead in it, along with Ghost Whisperer Forrest Whitaker, also thrown in there too as an army guy. So it looks dope. The new trailer looks fucking badass. You see the weird little tentacle hand thing come up, and like I was like, no, you get the fuck out of there right now. Because that thing does not look friendly.
Right. And
their writing's weird, smoke stuff. It's pretty cool. It looks pretty dope. So that'll be November 11th. That is where my money will be going that weekend, if not to see Doctor Strange for a second or third time. Then that same weekend, another war movie comes out. And this one is Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk.
Oh, yeah.
This one's got a bunch of people in it. But it's directed by Ang Lee, who did like Life of Pi and Brokeback Mountain and a bunch of other stuff. this picture is weird because it shows the main character, but then it also shows Vin Diesel, which I didn't know was in it.
Neither did I.
But apparently he's in it. So, but there's two reasons I won't see this. One is Ang Lee's movies are very polarizing.
Yes, they are.
It looks awful, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, it does. I watched that trailer and I was like, I don't understand this at all.
Well, that's because it's very disjointed of a trailer. But I have a feeling that the way it's going to be presented is going to be super. It's another one of those ones that's going to pluck at your heartstrings so much that you're going to be emotionally exhausted by the time you get finished with it.
But the main reason I go see it, Kristen Stewart's in it. No money should be given to any movie that has Kristen Stewart in it.
Yeah.
Because she's awful at everything. Being a human, acting like a human, making people think she's acting like a human, and just standing there. She should never be anyone's love interest because I don't know why anybody would be attracted to a fucking coat rack that has a long face.
Right.
Just sorry. Also, November 11th is Shut In with Naomi Watts, where she doesn't go outside. She's agoraphobia or something. I don't know. Following week is another movie that's going to get my monies, and that's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the newest in the Harry Potter franchise. It looks super dope. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they're finally using magic like they should be, out in the open. Whipping them magic dicks around. Just magic at you, magic at you, magic at you, beasts.
Plus, we get a whole new area. It's no longer taking place in Europe or
Hogwarts.
In Hogwarts. It's actually taking
in
place
America.
in America. But
it's like 1930s America.
Yeah.
Super dope.
Get to see some well-dressed wizards.
Yep. You got all new cast. Nobody, as I know of, returning. So that's pretty dope. You got Hellboy in it. The new Flash is in it. That fat guy from the ping pong movies in it.
Huh, that's cool.
Yeah, Ezra Miller's in it. I think he plays like the right-hand person for Colin Farrell. Yep. Let's see. Edge of 17. This movie looks interesting if you haven't seen the trailer for this.
No, I haven't.
It's one of those like coming-of-age movies. I don't know, it's weird. Watch the trailer. It's hard to explain. Something about this junior high school girl who has like boy problems, who talks to like her one of her teachers. It doesn't matter. It looks interesting. But it's from the writer James L. Brooks, if you don't know who that is. That is one of the co-creators of The Simpsons. And a couple movies called Bottle Rockets, and the writer of Say Anything. Along with I can't remember his name. Doesn't matter.
I do actually. Now that you mentioned the trailer, I think I did actually see it.
Yeah, it's Woody Harrelson's in it.
Yes. Yeah, I did see it. Yep.
I'm not gonna go see it in theaters, but I'll watch it when it comes out for sure. The following week has another one that may get my fundage. It's another war movie. I don't know what November being war movie month, but this one's called Allied with the Brad Pitts, and this is a Robert Zemeckis movie.
Okay.
So if you don't know who Robert Zemeckis is, first off, something's wrong with you. So we'll give you the three they put here: Back to the Future, all of them, Contact, and Flight. So he's pretty proved himself as being a pretty good filmmaker, if you ask me.
Yep.
It makes three of my favorite time travel movies.
Yep.
But it also stars Marion Cotillard, I think is what it is. Cotillard. She's the chick opposite Leo in Inception. One that throws her ass out the window because she thinks she's in a dream.
Yeah.
Haunts him for his rest of his life.
His wife. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So basically, it's their whole mission is to assassinate some German high dude in World War II. I don't know. It looks pretty dope. Brad Pitt looks like an actual actor in this. He doesn't dress up as a character of some sort. Like usually has like weird.
Like when he was in Fury.
Yeah, like
he had that shaved head, but it's got the faux hawk.
Yeah, he looks like a normal dude in this. So that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna watch Bad Santa 2.
I saw that trailer literally yesterday, and I was like, at first I was sitting there going, why are they casting what's his name, Billy Bob Thornton as a Santa character again, and they get then I find out that it's actually Bad Santa, and I'm like, why are you releasing another Bad Santa?
I didn't even like the first one.
Like, it's watchable.
Yeah.
It is completely watchable. It's not a great movie, but it's one of those movies that doesn't need a sequel. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Very true.
Anyway.
But the bad thing about Bad Santa 2 coming out on November 23rd, besides the fact it's going up against a Brad Pitt movie, is it's going up against the juggernaut known as Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Disney is releasing their newest animated blockbuster called Moana, or whatever it's called.
Moana?
Moana?
I'd have to see the name.
Moana. That's all I know. I don't know how to pronounce it. All I know is it's about the girl. Moana. That's the one. Moana, yes. With opposite Dwayne The Rock Johnson, or Dwayne Johnson, as Maui, the demigod. Looks amazing. Has that weird little chicken in it and a pig.
Which looks hilarious.
Yep. And the little coconut guys throwing spears.
Yep.
And darts and shit. Looks hilarious, and it's Disney. It's people brought you all the newer Disney stuff, like Frozen and Big Hero 6 and all those ones. So Wreck-It Ralph, all those ones, you know what I mean? So it's going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. The new Warren Beatty movie, opposite the new Han Solo, Alden Enrich, something like that, whatever his name is. Basically, Alden plays Howard Hughes, and it's about like his breaking all the laws and stuff, and like the fact that he's not breaking laws, he's like going past what humans don't. It doesn't matter. It's basically the court case that he wins to be able to make all his monstrosity inventions that he makes.
Yeah,
Spruce Goose and all that fun stuff. December 2nd is Jackie, the life story-ish of Jackie O. Natalie Portman doesn't look like any good to me. Maybe it's just me.
It's probably going to be a good movie, but it's going to be a very dramatic, for movie. Sure. It's no action movie. Definitely, it's not aimed at us.
Yeah. The next movie for December 9th is called Nocturnal Animals. This stars the apparently guy who never fucking doesn't work is Jake Gyllenhaal. It seems like every other month there's a new movie from that fucking dude coming out. And opposite Amy Adams, who has a movie came out the month before called Rival. And it's all about this woman who perceives her ex-husband's new novel as a personal threat. And I think she hires a hitman or something to kill him, or to like make it seem like he's done bad things so he gets arrested and the book never comes out. I don't remember what it is. It looks interesting. But it's one of those like small budget-ish movies that he likes to do. So there's that. But then we come to my Christmas movie choice of the year, which is Office Christmas Party, starring a shit ton of people that looks absolutely ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
The dude falls off from a high level, and it's got T.J. Miller as a drunk Santa. So I think it looks funny. Jason Bateman's in it too. Then there's the next one, December 16th, is called Collateral Beauty, featuring Will Smith, and it's like a spin on A Christmas Story. Not A Christmas Story. The one with Scrooge.
A Christmas Carol?
Christmas Carol. There you go. Thanks. That's why you're here. A Christmas Carol, where this dude who lost his son and wife, or just son, I can't remember what it is, just like some weird disease, like cancer or something that kills little kids, and not murders, like a disease type thing. And he like gives up on life, but not like suicide, but like he's like mean and grinchy. And then like these ghosts show up because he writes these letters to inanimate objects and like feelings and stuff.
Yep.
And then these people come out of the woodworks as these feelings, and then basically like Christmas Carol him back into being a real person again.
Which I just thought it was odd that they chose what's her name as the Ghost of Love or something like that. It was from Pirates.
Yeah. It's gonna be in here somewhere.
Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley.
Yeah.
You remember the name. Good job, buddy. Then from Damien Chalvez, who is the director of Whiplash, comes a musical, I know, called La La Land, featuring Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling, and J.K. Simmons also in it too. So I won't be watching that in movie theaters. Then, that same day, December 16th, Star Wars hits theaters again with Rogue One, a Star Wars story, We have talked about this a little bit in the past. We will not dwell on it again, but I will reiterate this. So it's a prequel set before the 1977 hit Star Wars / A New Hope, depending on how you want to tell it, that tells the adventures of stealing the plans for the Death Star that lead to the events of A New Hope.
Yep.
This movie does not star Skywalker.
Nope.
Does so far only features one Skywalker. Maybe if they do pull the gun and have a second one in there, which would be Leia.
Mm-hmm.
But this is before Luke is brought into the fold, other than a little baby being handed off to his aunt and uncle. This literally will lead up to the beginning of A New Hope, where a Star Destroyer is running up on a cruiser, a Corvette, and takes Princess Leia captive. This is what leads to that.
Yep.
So that's pretty dope in itself. So the only familiar faces we're going to see, besides the classic Stormtrooper look of brand new, fresh and clean Death Star, super dope looking, all the classic vehicles, AT-ATs. There's an AT-ST in there. You have the classic Stormtroopers, like I said. You have Death Troopers, are dope. You have the Death Star. You have Star Destroyers. You have Vader getting all menacing. This picture's dope because he's walking out of the little eggshell thing with the smoke. He's rocking right towards Krennic. He's just like right in his fucking grill, like it was like that was me. So yeah, it's they say it's a spin-off movie, but really it's canon at this point. It's like it's in line. It's like episode 1.5 or 1.5. You know what I mean? Like there's 1, 2, 3 prequels.
3.5.
There's 4, 5, and 6. This is like 3.5. Like it's prequel to 4. Like I don't know how to put it in there.
Yeah.
So this was basically this: episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, Rogue One, 4, 5, and 6 so far. That's what we have, and then obviously 7, Force Awakens.
Because you can really look at the main storyline as the Anakin Skywalker or the Skywalkers. That's what the main storyline is. Yeah. Everything else beyond that is just, it fits perfectly in. It's like a puzzle piece that just fits perfectly in, and it tells the story of the other stuff that's going on and the other characters. In the film.
So if imagine this way. This is what I said to my friends. It's a timeline, right? Imagine that timeline is a puzzle, and the edge. You haven't found the edges yet. It's just the middle section, and that's the first 7 movies. So you have episodes 1 through 7. And then somehow they came along and said, hey, guys, we found these extra pieces, and they fit in perfectly. The first one we found is Rogue One. It pops right in between 3 and 4 and tells a story leading into 4. But literally has nothing to do with Skywalkers other than the fact that it's in the middle of the Skywalker movies.
Yes.
So it's going to be pretty dope. It looks amazing. It looks different than every other Star Wars movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't go into my rant about Joss Whedon.
Nope.
It's a whole different story.
Yeah,
but
we're way over time.
Yeah, we are over time, and we're almost done anyway. So there's like 2 more movies. So in basically Rogue One, we're gonna see it like 100 times. I'm gonna make its budget for him. I will sell my kidneys.
I'm not seeing it day one.
I will not either be seeing it day one. I will be seeing it the night before.
Well, that's what I mean. Like the first showing.
I will be seeing it the first possible instance I can.
Have fun with those crowds. I'm not.
I did not have a problem with crowds last time because there was only like 14 people in that theater.
Oh, that's true. You guys did have that weird...
weird thing where nobody was there and there was lines out front. And I was like, y'all motherfuckers waiting for no reason. We seen it. Vader's Luke's dad. The next... So rapid fire these ones. The Space Between Us is about a kid falling in love with this other girl. He's in space, she's on Earth. Then he can't live on Earth because his bones are all bad from being born in space and shit. Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately comes out the week after Star Wars, which is a huge fucking mistake, if you ask me.
It is.
At least 2 weeks before or at least 2 weeks after, but 2 weeks after is still not, especially if it's going to be good. Not Assassin's Creed. Hopefully it's good. It looks pretty dope.
That's the sad thing that's going to happen with Assassin's Creed is actually leading up to it because mostly movies from games suck.
Yes, routinely they do.
Routinely. This one actually has some big A-list actors behind it.
Yeah.
And the trailers don't look like shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. They look legit as fuck.
What it seems like is actually going to happen is they're going to release it obviously 1 week after Star Wars, and it's not going to do so well because Star Wars is going to still be number one at the box office at that point. So I hope that it makes enough money and it's good.
I mean, at this point, they haven't pulled it off that schedule, so they must think it's good to go up against Star Wars. Like,
there's nothing that's good that's going to go up against Star Wars.
You should never go the same week as Star Wars. But really, you should never go the second week after Star Wars either, because there will be people a little bit worse than Joe that don't want to go see that first weekend because it's going to be crazy, and wait to that second weekend. There's a lot of those people that don't like the rush, so they're going to be seeing it all that weekend, and it's just going to be, and that's really the beginning of that's in the height. They have a really good point. Like they probably looked at it and said, "Hey, we picked this Friday before Christmas. A lot of people will be off, and they'll see this movie." But they didn't look at the calendar and be like, "Yo, Star Wars is here. We're fucked."
Yeah.
But we're already set in stone. So, but obviously, someone believes in it because they have plenty of chances to pull it from that weekend and aim for another weekend.
Yeah.
They have to do it. So obviously, someone in that camp believes in it. We'll see. Passengers, another spacey space movie with Chris, aka Star-Lord Pratt, and Mystique herself, or the new Mystique herself, Jennifer Lawrence. I almost forgot her name. I was trying to think of Jennifer Katniss Lawrence. I can't remember her name from Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Patriots Day, which is a movie from Mark Wahlberg. Doesn't matter. Sing. Monster Calls, which looks fucking weird. Another movie with Andrew Garfield, Adam Driver, and Liam Neeson about it's called Silence. It's about, like, I don't know, Judas Priest. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's fucking super weird. Another movie with fucking Bryan Cranston called Why Him. It's the one with the opposite. Where's his name in here? The guy that nobody seems to like a lot. James Franco. Fences, Gold, Hidden Figures, and then Live by Night, which comes on Christmas Day with Batfleck writing and directing again. Yeah. So let's look forward to the movies and stuff and things, and that'll be it for this week.
Cool.
Yeah. Boom. There you have. That's the end of October. We'll see you next week when I promise to have my list of 5 movies that I will only be watching for the rest of my life if something bad were to happen. But I had those 5 movies. So tune in next week. Same natural channel. I was going to say Bat Channel, but it's not a Bat Channel. Same natural time.
Same natural channel.
Boom. So comes naturally. We are
Joe.
I am Cody. Mike's not here. Go fuck himself. And as usual, guys, you just came naturally.